I'm your host, Milena Scantlin, and I've tracked down the experts to get your fitness questions answered. Take control of your life and get the body you've always wanted. Coming up, helpful info you don't want to miss from You Asked For It. Here on the couch, we have the very knowledgeable Scott Herman, Sarah Dussault, and special guest, nutritionist, chef, and author of her latest book, Skinny Chicks Eat Real Food, Christine Avanti is here. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you.
Now, we discussed in our earlier installments how getting our diet in check plays a role with our overall health. Christine, just how good is dieting when targeting our overall trouble zones?
Dieting is the key. Don't get me wrong, exercise is extremely important as well, but if you're not eating properly, you're gonna actually cause your body to have hormonal imbalances that actually put weight on. And they can actually put weight on in specific areas such as the belly, such as the hips. So dieting is really important, and the key to it is stabilizing blood sugar. And so that's eating balanced meals every 3 to 4 hours.
Now let's go to a viewer question on the iPad here. Okay, so this one's from Alicia. She gets confused when it comes to distinguishing the good fats from the bad fats. Is there an easy way of working out what fats we should be having and good ones we should be eliminating from our diet? Now this is a great question, but it also can be really confusing. Christine, what's the difference between good fats and bad fats, and how do we tell them apart?
I would say the simplest way to tell apart a good fat from a bad fat is a good fat is actually liquid at room temperature and a bad fat is solid at room temperature. Now that's the simple, quick answer. Okay, so butter is solid, well, if you let it sit in the room for too long, it will become liquid, but butter is solid fat. Saturated fat like bacon grease, that solidifies once it sits out for too long. If it's solid outside, it's going to be solid in your bloodstream, meaning it's going to clog up arteries. If it's liquid, for example, olive oil, peanut oil, avocado oil, those types of oils are really good. They're called monounsaturated fatty acids, and they're actually good for us. But don't get me wrong, there are several levels of healthy fats and bad fats. For example, coconut oil is solid at room temperature, but that is actually a very, very beneficial fat. It's very, very good for us. It increases metabolic rate, it boosts our immune system, and there's a zillion other benefits to coconut oil.
Makes your skin look good too, doesn't it?
Yeah, so if you want to get into, it does, and your hair, but if you want to get into detail on good fats versus bad fats, then you should definitely educate yourself. My new book, I go into detail on that. But the simple, straightaway answer is if you can't remember anything else from this video, just look at it. If it's solid, then you don't want it. If it's liquid, then you do want it, with the exception of coconut oil.
I'm going to be reading this later. I feel like I could really gain some insightful knowledge here.